This lady lost 35 kilograms, about 75 pounds. How did she do it? Let's take a look. Woman revealed the mortifying truth behind her incredible 35 kilogram weight loss transformation. All right, what do we got? A Perth woman who has shown off her incredible weight loss transformation has changed her life forever. Back in August of 2023, Holly Gaylord, that's unfortunate, had reached her heaviest weight of 105 kilograms, so 10 to 15 when she was barely fitting into her size 18 to 20 clothes anymore due to her weight. Holy, okay, because yeah, no, she looks like so many chicks around here. Not the one on the right, but the one on the left. I mean, up here in Grand Prairie, that's just like, yeah, that's kind of the going rate, and they think that they're all that. But her days would be filled with consuming unhealthy, calorie-laden meals, and she felt like her life revolved around drinking, where she rarely got any exercise at all. Yeah, geez, I wonder why you were gaining so much weight. But in just 8 months, she managed to drop an incredible 70 pounds and 4 dress sizes by turning her life around. Congratulations. And now feels healthier than ever with her new 140, 150 pound physique. Congratulations. I used to be quite chubby as a kid, we could tell, and have never really been at a super healthy weight. I was in a bad relationship. Oh my God, of course. From the ages of 15 to 22, it's always somebody else's fault, right? Which had a huge impact on my mental health and in turn my weight gain. It just goes to show you, man, because there's no stories about guys coming out here. It's like, yeah, I had bad mental health, so I just ended up putting on a lot of weight. No, it doesn't happen. There's some desperate simps that are out there. Anyways, I've never really felt good enough and stopped putting myself first. I reached a point where I loved alcohol more than life. And yeah, there's nothing but empty calories in alcohol. That's one of many reasons why I don't drink at all. Never have, and never will. It's just, yeah, it's useless. Absolutely useless. I digress. I was highly addicted and was drinking every day. I almost loved food like pasta, ice cream, and fast food. I mean, I like me some ice cream. Fast food I haven't had in, God, decades at this point in time, and I was never really a pasta guy. But yeah, okay, fair enough. It's just fortunate you lost all that weight, but you didn't lose any in your lips. It's terrible, and your eyes are just as baggy. None would fill me up, so I would eat huge quantities of it. It was a bad cycle. Well, I mean, if you're like, 220, you're going to be eating quite a bit anyways. But in June of 2023, her family suffered a horrific tragedy after Holly's sister lost one of her twin boys when they were just 1 month old. Oh, shit, that does suck. She said that this type of loss was unbearable for her and broke her family in ways she never thought possible. 2 months later, Holly reached her heaviest weight and decided enough was enough, and it was time to pull herself out of the darkness. Looking at her body in the mirror, she knew it was time for a change. Being overweight just makes everything so hard. I was always the biggest girl in the friend group and felt like I was always overlooked. But when I was at my biggest, I couldn't even go on certain water slides due to my size, and even had to weigh myself in front of a crowd at Adventure World to get on a ride. Ooh, that sucks. I could have died of embarrassment, but you didn't. And you decided to get those white girl braids. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, one of the worst times was when a man yelled at me. It's like, no, the cattle crossing's across the road, not in the club. And it's like, that I looked like a fat whale. And it's like, well, and then it must have been one of the most terrible things anyone has ever said to me. It was mortifying, but hey, you took that fat shaming opportunity and turned it into a positive. So good for you. You didn't just wilt like a delicate flower, or a very sturdy flower. In that case, you just turned it into a big positive. With her mental health at a low point, Holly began to make small changes to her lifestyle and slowly started to feel better about herself each and every day. But yeah, man, you're still kind of a funny looking girl, but at the same time, you're a hell of a lot more healthy, and I can appreciate that. As somebody who at his heaviest, man, at 16 years, God, it's wild to think that was 20 years ago at this point in time. Yeah, man, I was pushing 4 bills, and here I am now. I'm half the man I used to be, and you know what? I say that with the utmost pride. And while sometimes, some days a little bit more sluggish than others, I've never felt better at 36 than I have at any other point in my life. And a lot of that comes down to just simply losing a ton of weight. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.